Hey yo, what's going on, guys? Today I got myself a anime Isekai anime tier list, Mako obviously. So I'm gonna be going through all these. I'm gonna put them where they should be. And yeah, for a lot besides before we get into this, a lot of people have been asking me how to get into the server. The link should be down below. That link should be just be a fresh link, so that one should be working. Yep, Tiger Sage is back up for the homies that don't know. And with all of that, let's get into it. So first off, let me make this clear. I'm going off of anime, so I'm not going off the manga or light novel material for any of these series. I'm specifically talking about the anime. And first one up is Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online was one of those series which, in my personal opinion, the first season was like AS. Second season was BC. Third season was BC. Fourth season was like AS. It kind of goes up and down. So I think solid B is a good placement for it. No game, no life. Alright, this season, I mean, season 1 was valid. I am someone that did get the light novels. Even if I know I said I was going to talk about the light novels, I got to talk about the light novels. And it's a goated series. It's a goated series. But going off only the anime, um, I felt like it could have shown more. But overall, I don't think it's that bad. I just think it's really more for, if you're someone that really likes games, then I can understand if you want to put it BA. I don't know. Like, yeah, I think B. I think B would place it better. Cause even the plot was, I think it was more of a original plot compared to like most isekais. Well, basically they fight, not just physically. It's more of a mental battle when it comes to games, which was interesting and it was different. So I think the plot was more on the original side compared to most isekais. So I think B is solid. I think that's B is a good solid place. Um, I gotta be honest. I'm one of the few guys that just don't like ReZero. I gave ReZero a try. I watched the first 8 episodes and I was like, yeah, I'm not watching the rest of it. It's really repetitive. And then season 2 came out and a lot of people were talking the series. I was like, okay, let me give it another try. Then I watched episode 8 to 16 and then I just dropped it a second time. But it was too repetitive for me and I just didn't really like it, to be honest. So for me, it's a D. I know a lot of people, for some reason, it's like an AOS, but for me, it's a D. But I just don't like ReZero. Konosuba is a goated series. Personally, one of my favorites. Uh, it's a comedy. If you're someone that really likes comedy, I highly recommend it. Konosuba basically talks about a guy that dies in a ridiculous way, meets the reincarnation goddess, and then the reincarnation goddess basically said, you're allowed to bring one thing of your choosing to this new world. And he chose her, and from there, those two have been a journey to, you gotta read it or watch it yourself. But honestly, it's definitely top tier. Honestly, I'm gonna put it in A, but whatever. It's just because it's one of my favorite series, to be honest. Konosuba is just hilarious and it's a good series. The Shield Hero, that boy's in the Shield Hero. To be honest, season 1 I would put it in A, but season 2 was kind of eh. It wasn't bad, but I wouldn't call it the greatest either. I felt like it had its tweaks, so I think B is solid. Like for season 2, I would put it C. Season 1 is A, so I'm gonna put it in B and make it fail. Um, was this the part timer Demon Lord? I've only watched season 1. I haven't started season 2, so this is just going off season 1 to make that clear. I'm giving it C. I don't think it was too special or anything, but I think it was entertaining, but I don't know. It wasn't anything top tier, so I think C is the perfect placement. That time I got reincarnated as a slime is going S. The plot's there, the characters design is there, the power system is there. Everything you would want from a series, even if you're just going off a critical standpoint, like a assessment type of standpoint, it's, in my personal opinion, 10 out of 10. It was just going from entertainment, 10 out of 10. That goes for season 1 and season 2. And just so you guys know, I am going to be posting a lot of slime content in the future. I already have all the novels. I'm just currently reading them. But for this video, I'm just going to be talking about the anime, like I said earlier. And the anime is top tier, like I said earlier. It's probably going to be one of the few on here that's going to go in S. And if you haven't watched it, what are you doing, bro? Go watch it. Like, that's the only time. That's the only thing I would accept. If you pause this video and then go watch Slime, I won't even be angry, bro. Like that's a valid excuse for real. After that, we got Overlord. Overlord is definitely another top tier. I put it in A. I would probably put it in S, but I kind of forget season 3. I'm currently rewatching it, and I haven't watched season 4 yet. So I don't know. But I do know the series is pretty lit, so I'm gonna put it in A. It should probably be an S, but for me, I'm gonna put it in A. Same thing here for what's it called? Jobless Reincarnation. Actually, no. It's probably one of the few that deserve S. Season 1, season 2, good plot, good character, good development, like the entire story, good world building as well. Definitely one of the top 2 animes in this top 2 isekai in general. Haven't watched it, highly recommend to go watch that. Uh, the Dragon Maid, I've watched a little bit of it. It wasn't too entertaining. It was just one of those type of series I was kind of like bored and had nothing else to watch. So I don't know. It was kind of to me. Like, I mean, there is some comedic relief, but wasn't anything too major. So I'm putting in C. Ozone, it's similar. It's a series similar to Sword Art Online. They get trapped in a video game. They have their own type of world building. It's very similar to Sword Art Online. There's 3 seasons. You can watch English or dub. I've only watched the 4th season, and the 4th season was pretty solid, so I'm just basing this off the 4th season. It was pretty solid. It wasn't anything top tier, but, it definitely doesn't deserve to be C or anything below that. So I think B for Ozone is solid. Me personally, I've not watched Tenya, so I'm just going to put this in the I don't know section. I've not watched Tenya. Another comedy that's awesome on how to not summon a demon lord. If you're someone that really likes comedy, I highly recommend it. Definitely top tier in that aspect. When it comes to like the plot's kind of generic. I'm not gonna lie. He basically gets summoned into this video game he used to play as the character used to play, aka the demon lord. And from there, he meets a few characters, helps them on their journey. Nothing too out of place, I guess you can say. It's something that original, but it was still a decent series. Highly recommend it. I put it in A, especially because that comedy is just top tier. Cautious Hero, I put it in C. Wasn't that good, to be honest. Like, wasn't top tier, but it wasn't like incredibly bad. It was entertaining for sure. So I put it C. What is this? I have no idea what that is. I think this is Grimgar. I've heard a lot about this series. I haven't watched it yet, but I do have plans to watch it. I forget what the series called. I haven't watched it. Here, let me just see what's going on here. Wise Man. I'm pretty sure that's Wise Man Grandchild, which was a pretty, yeah. It was. I would say it's C. It wasn't anything like that good in circumstances. Like, it was really generic. This gets reincarnated. Which is past memories. Because of that, he uses it to add to his magic, becomes really overpowered. But from there, it's not really, it doesn't go in its own direction, I would say. So, it's one of those type of series you would watch just to pass the time. It isn't anything like top tier or anything. So I put that C. I forget what this is called, but same thing. It was just one of those series to go past the time with. Afuita, top tier. Afuita is top tier. I don't care what anyone says. There's season 1, season 2. You can watch them in dub or sub. What is playing right now? Oh, okay, the trailer or whatever. Okay. I was wondering, like, what is the sound coming from? Besides that, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Afuita season 1 and season 2. Definitely saw you want some English in dub or sub. Definitely one of the best isekai. Basically, his class gets summoned to another world. They all get the upgrades. Obviously, he's the one that didn't get the upgrade. Basically falls into this labyrinth. Everybody thinks he's dead. He comes back alive. OP, strong as hell, charisma, everything is there. He just wants to go home. It's basically a journey of him just trying to find his way home. And to do that, he needs this type of special magic called ancient magic. And he's trying to go through these 7 different liquids to get them. And one of them is supposed to be able to bring him back home. It's really entertaining. Definitely one of those good MCs. One of my main reasons why I like him as an MC is he knows how not to fumble the bag. What I mean by that is a lot of MCs, they get a helm, yet they never secure the bag. If you get what I'm trying to say, he's one of those few characters that knows how to secure the bag. So, MC wise, he definitely has my respect. It's a top tier anime. Uh, this one, ironically, I just got the novels for the series the other day. But the anime has season one. You can watch sub or dub, same thing. Basically, it's assassin gets reincarnated. The goddess reincarnation basically gives him a mission. Basically just to kill the hero within 18 years time. It's really entertaining. He gets reborn into a noble assassin clan. It's mad entertaining from the get go. Highly recommend it. Action wise, is there. Power system's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I would definitely recommend it to anyone that really likes action and likes series that have a lot of magic. That's definitely there for you. Um, what's it called? Trying to remember. Just got it the other day. What's it called? The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as a aristocrat. There we go. Highly recommend that one if you haven't watched it. Haven't watched it. This one, generic, nothing special, just another world with a smartphone. Once again, it's one of those type of series which isn't that good, isn't that bad, but you're really just watching it just to pass the time. Pretty solid. Haven't watched any of these, to be honest. I've only watched episode 1. I'm probably gonna continue at some point. It's a cooking show. I wasn't really feeling episode 1, but I know it wasn't bad. It just, I don't know, it wasn't really my thing. But I still recommend it. It's a cooking series, so if you're someone that likes a series similar to Food Wars, I would pick that one up. Aguma goes to a demon school. This one's entertaining. I would definitely put it B. It's a good season, good series. 2 seasons. You can watch them sub with dub. Basically, a human gets adopted by one of the strongest demons to ever exist, and he adopts him to be his grandson. And his grandson, his human grandson, goes to a demon school, which is pretty entertaining. Trying to keep a secret that he's low-key human. It's more of a slice of life anime, which it's probably one of the few slice of life animes I actually watch, but main point, it's still very entertaining, definitely funny. It's a solid series. I would definitely recommend that one. Iruma goes to Demon High School. Forget what this is called, but if you're one of those type of guys that like High School DxD, that's probably a series you'd probably watch. Let me put that in B. It's definitely one of those type of series. What's it called? Forget what it's called, but basically, a bunch of portals open up all over Earth, and these portals lead to different Earths. Obviously, he got placed in one of those Earths. He comes back with a demon lord's daughter, and he basically protects her in his world. It's pretty entertaining. I think there's a season 2 coming out for that at some point, but still definitely recommend you want to watch that. What's it called? Took me 300 years killing slimes. Once again, it's one of those type of series. It isn't like the best, isn't the worst. Just watching to pass the time. How do we build a nation? Same thing, one of those type of series, just to go past the time. Pretty solid series. I would need to get the name for this series. I forget, but basically it's an assassin that needs more materials for his own planet, if I remember correctly. So him and his partner go to another planet to grab resources, and it's a pretty interesting journey. I highly recommend it. It's on the comedy side. Yeah, it's a good series. I would definitely recommend it. It's B. It's a solid series. Staying on a Million Lives, definitely one of the series. I think it's pretty solid. Basically, a kid gets summoned into this game. You have to complete a level, and then you get back to your original world. Little bit of time, a few days go by. You and another person would go back into the game to complete the next level. You get powers, yada yada yada. Basically, we find out that there's going to be some sort of monster, and that's why they're being summoned, and that's why they're getting stronger throughout this game that they keep on getting summoned to. It's pretty interesting. There's 2 seasons right now. You can watch them sub with dub. It's a solid series. I still recommend it for sure. I believe this is how to cheat in another world, something along the lines of that. It's a solid series. Basically, he was supposed to be summoned to this other world as one of the strongest guys to be. His best friend got caught up in the spell, so both of them end up being really overpowered. They end up being like top tier characters in the series, but it's nothing too interesting. It's one of those series that just to pass the time. Um, I've watched a few episodes of this. So I can't comment. I think I watched like one episode of this. Basically, it's a parody of all the MCs from the different types of series, and they have like all these different type of scenarios every episode. It's one of those episodes when it's just really funny. I've only watched like episode one, but so I'm only gonna put it in C. But if I finished it, it'd probably be in B or A. I know it's one of those series which definitely can grab your attention, especially if you've watched every show all the characters from it, you can probably understand the jokes more. Moonlight, definitely one of the top tier isekai in my opinion. I think it's definitely one of the interesting side. Definitely A, possibly S. Like I can, actually no S. Definitely on the A though. Basically, a bunch of years before he was born, his parents came from another world, and apparently they made some deal with some god, and the deal was that eventually if they had children, one of the children would go back into the world they came from, aka that was their first son. Apparently from the original world magic was a thing, but in the real world we live in, magic obviously doesn't exist. So apparently he's had magic in his body for how many years and it hasn't been released. So the second he goes over there, he's incredibly strong, overpowered. If you're one of those type of people that really like characters that are overpowered from the get-go, that's a series for you. The characters in the series are really interesting. He ends up becoming like the king of the monsters as well, so it's really interesting series. I definitely recommend it. 12 episodes. I'm pretty sure they just finished dubbing it about a month ago, so yeah, you can watch dub yourself for that. Definitely recommend it. I forget the name of this series, but it's the same thing as I said earlier. It's one of those type of series which isn't the best, but isn't the worst. Just to watch something to get by. Uh, yeah, basically he dies, gets summoned to another world, and the world he gets summoned in isn't really the best. He doesn't really have everything going on for him, so isn't really, how should I put it? Isn't like really like the MC's top tier or anything. Like he does get stronger later on, but it's not hella interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's it's not one of those series you'd watch just to watch something if you're bored. Isn't anything top tier. Um, I forget. It's like a bunch of geniuses get summoned to another world. It was kind of boring. I can't even cap. D for that. I think I've watched this. I have no idea if I truly have. But I believe I haven't watched the rest of these. But if you disagree with any of my picks, make sure to comment it down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said earlier, if you do want to join the Discord, just make sure to hit that link down in the description. And I will be posting more videos regularly, so I can't wait to see you guys later. Peace.